Twain was born on November 30, 1835, in a small village in Florida, Missouri, to Samuel Langhorne Clemens, the sixth child of John and Jane Clemens. When he was 4, his family moved to nearby Hannibal, a river town of 1,000 people. Twain lived in Hannibal until he was 17. This town on the Mississippi River was a wonderful place to grow up in many ways. Steamboat pilot then, in 1857, the 21-year-old Twain fulfilled a dream. He began learning the art of steamboating on the Mississippi. A licensed steamboat pilot by 1859, he soon found regular employment operating the canals and canals of the Great River. Twain loved his career. It was exciting, well-paid and high status, akin to flying a jetliner today. However, its service was curtailed by the outbreak of the Civil War in 1861, which halted most urban traffic on the river. Twain chose the latter, joining the Confederate Army in June 1861 and July 1861. Twain boarded a stagecoach and headed for Nevada and California, where he would live for the next 5 years. Twain knew his way around a newspaper office, so in September, he went to work as a reporter for the Virginia City Territorial Enterprise. He churned out news stories, editorials and sketches, and along the way adopted Mark Twain's pen name, steamboat slang for 12 feet of water. Twain became one of the West's most famous storytellers. He honed a certain style of narration. Friendly, witty, irreverent, often sardonic and always unpretentious, he got his big break in 1865, when one of his stories about life in a mining camp, Jim Smiley and his jumping frog, appeared in newspapers and magazines across the country. The story was later published under various titles. Closing parenthesis. His next step on the ladder of success came in 1867, when he took a 5-month cruise in the Mediterranean, writing humorously about the locations for American newspapers to get a book out of the trip. In 1869, The Innocent Abroad was published, and it became a nationwide bestseller. At the age of 34, this handsome, red-haired, amiable, egotistical and ambitious journalist and travel Twain had become one of the most popular and famous writers in America. In February 1870, he improved his social status by marrying 24-year-old Olivia Levy Langdon, the daughter of a wealthy New York coal merchant. Writing to a friend shortly after his marriage, Twain could not believe his good fortune. "I have the only sweetheart I ever loved. She is the best girl, and the sweetest, and the softest, and the sweetest, and he is the best gem of a woman." The couple settled in Buffalo and later had 4 children. The Adventures of Tom Sawyer was published in 1876, and soon after he began writing a sequel, Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. In 1883 he published Life on the Mississippi, an interesting but safe travel book. When Huck Finn was finally published in 1884, Levy gave it a cold reception. In 1889, Twain published A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court, a science fiction, historical novel about ancient England. His next major work, in 1894, was The Tragedy of Pudd'nhead Wilson, a serious novel described by some commentators as bitter. Twain died on April 21, 1910 at the age of 74. He was buried in Elmira, New York.